Okay, so now we come to the task number 6. It is about function. Okay, so in this task, we are going to define a one-dimensional Gaussian function, and then we are going to plot that function. Okay, so we firstly begin with defining the function. We use the command called def, or it's just like define. Okay, and then you follow by the function name. So I will call this my function as f-Gauss. And then in the arguments of your function, it will follow by your variables and your parameters. For example, in my Gaussian function, I will I will do as y equals to a, which is the amplitude of the Gaussian function, times by the exponential, which we use the np.exp. And in this exponential, we follow by the minus b, or the coefficient, or the width of your Gaussian curve, times by x squared here. And then when you use your variables in the arguments, and then we calculate the values for the Gaussian function, and we throw the values to another variable called y. And then if we want to output the value of y from the function, we finally close your function with return. Okay, so we'll do return y. Okay, so in this way, your function will read the value of x, a, and b, and it will return the value of y. Okay, for example, if I try running this, okay, so there will be nothing happens, but what already happened is the information of this function, the f-Gauss, has been already input into your console. Okay, so if I try something like f-Gauss, okay, so if I start with the amplitude 1, if I start with everything 1, yeah, maybe 1, 1, 1. Yeah, you're gonna get some values. So this is the values that you input into the function, and here is the output of your function, or the variable wise. Yeah. Okay, so if we want to actually plotting the Gaussian function, we begin with creating a domain of the function. So to create the domain of the function, I will define an array called the x data. So it's just a random name, the x data. So we use the command the a range to specify the array of number. So this time I will do minus 5, 5. That means to begin with 5 and to end with 5. To begin with minus 5, to end with 5, and to go 0.1 for each step. Okay, so if you run this program again, and then if you want to look at your array x data, so it is going to be something like this. So it's going to contain the numbers from minus 5 and until 4.9. Or if you want the numbers from minus 5 to 5, you can do minus 5 and 5 plus 1 over here, and this will give you the arrays of number from minus 5 to plus 5. Okay, so we are going to use this array as the domain of your function. Okay, and then we are going to apply this domain to calculate the range of the function. Okay, so I will call and this array the y data, which is a range of the range of the function. So then I call the function f-Gauss, and then for the first parameters, I will input the x data, and then I will input some other two parameters like 1 and 1. Okay, so and then run this program again. So what you get from here is for example, if I do f Gauss like 0, 1, 1, it will give you one number, right? Because we have input just only one number to here. But if we input the first argument with the array, just like this, what you have for the y data one is an array of numbers. Okay, so we are going to plot this value. Okay, so we are going to plot the domain, which is x data, and we are going to plot the range, which is y data. So we have already imported the libraries NumPy, and we have already also imported the PY plot here. So we want to plot this one. So you can simply type plt.plot, and then the arguments that you need the domain of your function, and then you need the range of your function, and then you close this by plt.show to show your plot, and here is what you get. So you get a Gaussian function. Okay, so it is it's simply a set of dots ranging from x from x equals -5 to x equals 5, and then coordinates with the y values here. Okay, so let's have another try with another data set. Okay, I'll just copy this and make this as the data set number 2, and then try to input some other variables. Okay, and then I try to make another plot here. So now another plot here. I will plot x with y data too. Okay, so what you should get from here is you are getting two graphs. Okay, so one with the parameters a equals to 1 and b equals to 1, and another with the parameters a equals to 0.5 and b equals to 0.5. And then you can customize your graph. Okay, so if you don't like these colors, yeah, for example, if you want your first graph to go black, okay, so you use the keyword k for black. Okay, so you just put the k in the quote here, and it will give you the black graph, the black line. But if you input a dot here, it will give you the black dots. If you input k as here, it will give you the black square, something like that. Okay, so here I will just keep like the k as here, and for some other colors, yeah, you can make it as your choice. So the R is for the red. Do you have the yellow? Yes, we have the Y as a yellow, and we have B as the blue. Okay. So to customize more of your graph, so you go visit the page of the Matplotlib, or you can just simply Google the Matplotlib PyPlot. Thank you.